Hello. I want to go ahead and then welcome you to the information session for Girl Friday, and this one is going to be for the recruiting. But we had opened up our doors in 2011, and this is on the whole entire Girl Friday family. We have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, and we focus on opportunities for people to work from home. And this is something that we've been doing since 2011. Since we went ahead and then opened up our doors, we have always focused on people being able to go ahead and then work from home. On most of our opportunities that we will discuss in a little bit, all of them are work from home. But what we are a business solution center. And what that means is that we help organizations grow virtually. That our agents work from a remote place, normally being from home, and then helping those businesses by providing support and helping them grow without being at their actual offices. So, as an agent, these are just an example of some of the jobs that we have. And one of them is call center for customer service. And this is the one that we're going to go ahead and then talk about today. We have answering service, medical billing and coding, healthcare recruitment, medical transcriptionist, bookkeeping, and virtual assisting, just to name a few. So with our healthcare recruiters, and I believe the majority of you guys went ahead and applied for the healthcare recruiters, and we do have a recruiting position available, and most of our healthcare recruiting positions are actually taken, and there won't be any open until that first or second month of 2023, but we do have recruitment ones still available. And if you are not familiar with being a recruiter, the customer service one is going to be better for you anyway. But I'm going to go ahead and then discuss some of the positions, the position and then the differences in there. So with the healthcare recruitment, it is paid by commission, which is averages for people to make anywhere between 65 to 75,000 per year. This is a year-long permanent position. So people have been with us for the healthcare recruitment for years. You're able to pick your own hours, and there is very little phone work that is involved in it. Training is self-paced, and then there is an option for the live training. And then it is, once again, a contractor position, so we don't take out any taxes, and you are responsible for like your own computer and equipment. Okay. And with the healthcare recruitment, it's just it's more of an intense training because there's a lot that you have to also learn. But then we're going to go into the recruiting because that one is much easier. Not with just it being much easier to be able to recruit, it's easier to learn and you can get the candidates quicker. But let me go ahead and then talk about that one. So the pay on commission is commission based. Once again, it is $100 to $200 per position that you go ahead and then fill. And the goal is to have anywhere between 20 to 40 people per month. So then that's going to put you anywhere between $2,000 to $8,000 a month. And I know that is a big difference. But let's just say if you make on the lower range of 100 agents that you went ahead and you filled in 4 positions. And you got 20 agents at $100 a piece. Then that is $2,000 for the month. For this position, if you're doing it part-time, it would probably be about 10 to 20 hours per week, depending on how quickly it is for you to get through with things. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the day-to-day scope of it so that you can see how this one is easier. With our healthcare recruitment, what normally happens is every position that we have in there, they have different requirements. So some are going to require it for a license in California, Nevada, Texas. Then they have to have so many years of experience, depending on which one it is. Then it's going to be a niche base that is going to be like ICU, pediatrics, OBGYN. And then it's going to ask for other criteria, like if they have to be vaccinated, if they know computers, whatever the case is. With customer service, all of the ones are exactly the same. So for every customer service position, they are going to need a computer, internet, be able to pass a criminal background check. That is what it is, and they're going to get paid per hour on those. But I'm going to go into a little bit more in depth on that. So if you're getting 40 people at 100, then you're going to make $4,000 per month. So that's kind of where it is. If you're hitting at the 200 per position, then of course it's going to be double that. But I like to always give the lower number. But your goal is always to make $2,000 or 20 agents per month. So it could be anywhere between $2,000 to $4,000 that you're going ahead and then making those on there. And the pay gets a little bit better depending on how many agents that you actually recruit to go ahead and then be hired on there. This is a long-term permanent position. You're able to pick the hours that you want to be that you want to work. There is very little phone work. Once again, you're probably going to be working 15 to 20 hours per week, which is very good to get paid $2,000 for part-time work. If you're working full-time, maybe $4,000 or more, depending on how good you are at recruiting. And with customer service, we hire in 42 states, and they all have the same requirements. This is self-paced, and it only takes one day. As I stated, this is an easier one to learn because every single position for customer service is always going to be the same. Okay, this is a contract position, and you are responsible for your own taxes on this one. So let's just say with the customer service one, because that's the only one that we have available. Also, if you come on to customer service, you're able to move over to healthcare when the positions are back open in January or February, but we're looking at a January projection. So for customer service position, it is hourly. It's going to be anywhere between $10 to $15 an hour. You're able to pick your own hours that you're working as long as it's within the hours of operations. So let's say if the company that they're hired to go ahead and then take calls for is open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., then they're able to pick hours between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m., not outside of whatever hours that they're open. You're able to hire in over 40 states. I believe right now it's actually 42 states. The agents are able to work from home. They need a computer, internet, headset, and to pass a criminal background check. They're able to do their training from home. And it is a contractor position for them, so we don't take out any taxes for them, but they are working hourly. And with that being said, like a lot of people, of course, want that opportunity to go ahead and then work. I think the hardest part for most people, if they are failing it, is because they're not passing the background check, even though they already know that they're supposed to be passing the background check, or you should know if you're going to go and pass a background check or not. And then the other part is just with any job, some people are not consistent and just coming to training, even though they are at home. And that's all they have to do is just go from wherever they're at to their desk or their computer and log in. Some people are just not consistent, and other people are great at being consistent. So let's go ahead and then talk about a day-to-day scope of this. And then what you're going to do is post for the position. So you're going to be posting for customer service positions. You're able to pick the cities and states that you want to go ahead and then post those positions in. We do have 7 states that you cannot post positions in because we cannot hire in those 7 states. All of the rest of them are fair games. You can post for more than one city. You can post for more than one state, whatever you can go ahead and then handle. You're going to go ahead and review the resume. So let's say I posted in Atlanta, Georgia. We might have some people from New York go ahead and apply. And so you have to look at the resume to make sure that they are in the correct state for one. And then see if you think that they would be a great customer service candidate. You're going to go ahead and then send them an email for the information session that's going to tell them all about the customer service position, and then the onboarding, which is going for them to go ahead and then set up their profile and then sign all their paperwork, their W-9s, the direct deposit, their contract agreements, stuff like that. Then you're going to check up on your candidates throughout the process, and you're going to ask them, you want to check up on them through email or phone call, and then say, I see that your class is coming. I just want to make sure that you're going to be there for the first day of class, maybe again halfway through, and say, how is class going? I see you're about to get on the phones. Is everything okay? And at the end of the class, maybe just give them a little congratulations email to say, congratulations. Literally, these 3 emails shouldn't take you more than 5 minutes. They should literally take you 3 minutes, because you should already have a template that is a copy and paste, that you're able to copy it and then paste it correctly. So you should have like 4 emails, one that goes ahead and then sends them to the information session or the onboarding, one that checks up on them right before they start their first day, one that's in the middle, and then 2 when they're in, and then saying congratulations. So you should have 4 emails that you can easily copy and paste. And then the other one is to go ahead and then just network with people and then get ready to be paid. So who's the right candidate? And the right candidate are people that can work independently. You have to be able to work independently. You're not in the office. You get the luxury of being able to work at home. But because you're working at home, you're going to have to be able to think a lot on your own and make some decisions, as long as it's within the company's policies. And then you still have myself, you have your supervisors, and you have your managers to be able to go ahead and help you. You need to be able to think outside of the box. You need to be a great team player. Even working from home, you need to be a great team player. And then you need to believe in great customer service, because that's what you're doing. Your candidates are your customers. And then you have to be a great go-getter. Go-getters are always the ones that are the most successful. So why Girl Friday over any other company is because, one, our agents are the most important thing to us. We know, regardless of how many contracts we sign, if we don't have agents that are working with us, then we would have no business. We hand out bonuses, we hand out rewards. You're able to move up within our company as supervisor, team lead, manager, and HR. You're able to focus on working from home, because that's the only thing that we have done since we opened up our doors. And this is not something that's new to us. It's not something that we started during the pandemic. We were doing this 8 or 9 years before the pandemic even started. You're able to switch to answering service, medical billing and coding, healthcare recruitment, all of those wonderful things that you are able to go ahead and then switch to. And then on some cases, some people have to, so if you're not in the Girl Friday family already, you have to pay like $500 to $600 for those. But as long as you are with Girl Friday, you get those for free to go ahead and then get those trainings. You get free coffee. We have free lunches through Uber Eats. The coffees are normally Starbucks. We have meet and greets. So we're going to have another annual cruise. We had to stop that because of the pandemic, but we're going to bring up our annual cruise again in 2023. And then you're able to start your own business, because we have great mentorships in that one that are going to help you to be able to successfully start your own business if that's what you want to go ahead and then do. So this is a great way to go ahead and then get your foot in the door. You're able to switch to maybe medical billing or medical transcriptionist. You're able to switch over to other customer service projects without having to pay for a class. And once again, managers, supervisors, and all of the other things that are going to go ahead and be required. So what you are going to need is to work a minimum of 10 hours per week. We prefer 20, but you have to be able to work a minimum of 10 hours per week. And if you do it efficiently and how you're supposed to do it, it will go ahead and then work for you. I do apologize about that. But if you do it efficiently, then it won't be a problem. So the minimum is 10 hours per week. You're able to conduct screenings in a quiet environment, because you're going to have to maybe call your candidate and make sure everything is okay. You're able to work independently. You're able to attend the weekly meetings that are on Wednesday at 10 a.m. at Eastern Standard Time, or listen to those recordings. You're able to meet the goals that we have. You're able to start now immediately, because we need people immediately for these positions. You're able, and then to access our applicant tracking system in email, that's $32.14. And I think it already said that in the job post that you had on there. But for our applicant tracking system for you to be able to see the positions that are available, and then to put your candidates in the applicant tracking system and then be able to track exactly where they're at. And that's in, that they are in screening, they made it to onboarding, they made it to training, they're finished with training, those kind of steps. You'll be able to see it and then send us all kinds of notes. You are going to get your professional email address that's going to have Girl Friday Inc. on there. So it's just more professional. We don't like Gmails. You're not allowed to use Gmails with us. We don't use Gmails. We know that is an unprofessional way to always run your business. And that is $32.14 a month. You can stop whenever you want to, but most people, I would assume if you come in here, that you are not going to leave because this is a job that you can do whenever you want to do it. If you want to add the business phone line on there, that's going to have the IVR system where if they call up, so it's the same number for every single person. And when they call it, it's going to tell them, like, if you want to be connected to a recruiter, to sales, to support, and if you want to use our dial by name directory, if you want to put in your extension, just even more on a professional level, then that one's $50 a month, but it's up to you on which one that you go ahead and you decide to go ahead and then do. That's always on you. You can pick on whichever one that you want to do. So the next step is to send any emails if you have any questions. And that is to recruitment@girlfridayinc.us, and the US instead of .com, because I get that question a lot. Why US instead of .com? Because it shows that we are a US based business, that we are a United States business. And it makes us stand out when we're getting contracts from businesses that they are not contracting with people outside of the country, that we are a verified corporation in the United States. If you're ready to go ahead and then move forward, then go ahead and then click the link that you want. And that is going to be in your email, or you'll see it below, depending on exactly how you're listening to this information session. If you're one of the people that's in here right now listening to it live, then I'm going to go ahead and then provide that link for you now. I already know that before I even said that I was going to do this information session, that 10 of you guys said you're ready to pay, you're ready to pay, you're ready to pay, because you've already heard about our business. But I wanted to make sure that you actually came in to listen about the information session first, just so you know everything that is involved and what we require of you. I want people to be as informed as possible. But go ahead and then pick the link that you want, whether it's the applicant tracking system with the email or the applicant tracking system email and phone number. Anyone that you want is fine. Using your cell phone is fine too. And the reason why most people decide the phone over not the phone, and it's not just because of the IVR system, it's because when you know someone calls you, you know what they're calling about. So the app that we use is the RingCentral app, and they know if the RingCentral app calls them, then they know it's a candidate and it's about business and it's about money. They don't have to look at their cell phone and go, I wonder if this is a personal call, a bill collector, a solicitor. Like, what is this call actually about? You know, if they're calling on your RingCentral business line, that this is a candidate that's looking for a job, or they have questions that are involved about their job. Once you go ahead, click the link and pay, you will get an email within 24 hours for the class recording. You will have that class recording on there. You will go ahead and get a link for Slack where your supervisors and managers will go ahead and be in. So if you have any questions after that, they'll be happy to help you. As soon as you get that class link, they're normally going to send you a message before you can even listen to the recordings. And they're going to send you a message to say, are you okay? Do you have any questions? What can I help you with? You're going to get the human resource paperwork for employment. If you pick the phones, We're going to go ahead and then tell you what extension your number is, and then you'll be able to start literally within 24 hours. This is an easier training over healthcare, because healthcare involves a lot more. This one, we're only focused on one job. So I don't have to teach you about several different jobs and how they can switch over and how everything else happens. This is just mainly focused on one job that's just actually in different locations, that you can hire in different locations, but all of them are going to be able to work from home. And there's no limit on the number of jobs that you can actually have. There's no limit on the number of jobs that you can actually have. You can have as many jobs or hire as many candidates as you want to. That's what I should have said. You can hire as many candidates as you want to have. And I do apologize. I can see the messages coming up at the top of the screen, but I cannot put my computer on Wi-Fi. On airplane mode, because then I wouldn't be on Wi-Fi where you guys can hear me in this training room right now. So I do apologize about that. So if you want to go ahead and have 50 candidates this month, we will be able to hire 50 candidates, because we have, at any given time, we have 30 companies that we can go ahead and then hire for. They're not all available at the same time, but there's 30 companies. So there's always going to be a company that we have that we can put them in. It's normally 3 to 5 companies that we're able to put them in. So if you have 20 people, 40 people, 50 people come in that month, it's not going to be hard for us to go ahead and place them. They're always going to have a spot to go ahead and then work, as long as they can pass the background check and the assessment and finish training. But once you're in training, you're already in there anyway. But as long as they can pass that background check and they have a computer that is compatible. If their computer is not compatible, we'll talk about that later, because there's always a different client that we can put them on that'll make it more compatible. So go ahead. I'm going to put the links in the chat right now for you as soon as I stop sharing my screen, because I can't see every message that people are showing while I'm sharing my screen. And then if you are listening to the recorded version of this, you will have the links at the bottom of this link in an email, or you will go ahead and then find it on our hiring page for customer service. So regardless of how you're seeing it live on our website for customer service or in the email, you will go ahead and have one of those links. Once again, you'll be in the system within 24 hours and able to work. So this is something that you don't have to worry about training for 2 weeks or a month. And then we have ongoing training every single week that's going to help you become a better and better recruiter. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and then shut this down, so then you can go ahead and then ask me any questions. And for the 10 people that already want to go ahead and start, I'm going to go ahead and then start posting those out for everyone. You guys have a great day for the recordings. And then for everybody else, hold on one second.